So this is the ultimate connection with God, Rabbi Yosef, Chaim, Mimran. Now, the reason why I learn this, or I teach this, or I try to teach it, or what I think I'm doing, is because I want to learn it. I want to be connected with the Infinite One. I'm aware of the fact that I'm not going to live forever, but that He does. That He is inside of me. And so therefore, I want to be able to reach it as best I can. So this is where Rabbi Mimran is so fantastic. He has a piece number 17. He says, part 17. He says, the inner body and healing. He writes this as I talk down here from a pirush was called Meirat Enayim. One who merits having this secret of attachment with Hashem will then merit to the secret of equality. In turn, he will merit to having the secret of meditation, and in turn merit to the divine spirit, and from this to prophecy, where eventually he will receive prophecy and tell the future. Now, these are very, very strong words. But remember that what he says is that one who merits having this secret of attachment with Hashem. I don't think any, they had schools, I don't know if people know this, they had schools of prophecy back when the world was much simpler. And these people worked on it for years and years and years. They didn't achieve prophecy as a gift. So one who wants to attach himself to the Infinite One has to work on it. And here comes along Rabbi Yosef Chaim Mimran to give us the tools to work. And he writes, the body, our body, can become a point of access into the realm of the soul. Let us understand this better. Now my thought here is right. Also we're learning at the same time in another class, the Patach Eliyahu, which is speaking about how it is that the Ein Sof Baruch Hu is within all reality, even the most mystical realities, the most hidden realities. As mentioned earlier, to grasp these concepts, one must stop trying to understand the being of the soul. He says, understand. If you were to search back in your past, you would find significant glimpses and experiences of the soul. The mind will nevertheless always try to squeeze it into a little box and then put a label on it. It cannot be done. It cannot become an object of knowledge. Now just think about that. An object of knowledge is like a category, so in college I took geology. So there could be a source, and this is really what the atheists would do. Source, a college course called soul. But you would always be boxing it up into different things. This, he says, it cannot be done. When the state of connectedness with your soul, when you're in a state of connectedness, which is called in Hebrew the Veikut, or the Vegas, in Ashkenaz, with your soul, subject and object merge into one. Now we see this in other places because the nature of the Ein Sof Baruch Hu is to cause everything to be united. The soul can be felt as the ever-present I am. that is beyond name and form. I am is a state of your being. There is a being there, but you can't put a label on it. Or once you do, because once you do, you're no longer attached. You're attached to the label. To feel and thus to know and to abide in that deeply rooted state of soul awareness is true utopia. And you will be free from the illusion that you are nothing more than your physical body and your mind. So we have a dichotomy going on with us. And I'm thinking that because of the sin of Adam and Rishon, that death came into his body, and as a result of that, he became physical, with a physical body that could not last. And that body wants to last. It wants to get back to that infinity that it had, but it can't. Because of the sin, we're all going to die. We're all going to, that is, our bodies will die. What he's saying is that this is an illusion. The illusion is that dominates us because we have to eat, we have to have clothing, and so on and so forth. This is a difficult world, and there are danger in this world, so we do care about our bodies. But on the other hand, the body's not infinite. And the result of that, well, there is an illusion that it will stay forever. You see on TV and many different places all the people who made so much money, and they had so much power, but then they're gone and the world keeps moving on. It's momentary, it's elusive and illusional. And the illusion is that you are nothing more than your physical body, so therefore if you have a big plane and you have all the gold and all the silver in the world, but in the end you'll lose it all. So that's what the body wants you to, well, forget about that last part. This illusion of the self is the core error. You will be free from fear in its countless disguises as the inevitable consequence of that illusion. The fear that is your constant tormentor as long as you derive your sense of self only from this transient and vulnerable form. And what he said, again, is what I'm trying to understand, what I'm trying to see myself. We have a body, a dichotomy from our body which will not last. And it's an illusion that thinks that we can actually attain some sort of security in this world. Well, we can temporarily, but everything is temporary. And if the illusion is so complete that you think that this world is all there ever will be, then this will torment you your whole life long because it's not the truth. And as long as you derive your sense of self only from this transient and vulnerable form, you will constantly be tormented. Now, here's this little a blurb, I call it a blurb at the end. And he just brings us back to this point. The soul can be felt as the ever-present I am. That is beyond name and form. Remember, the Ein Sof Baruch Hu has no name, no form. This is Baruch Fleischman. You've been listening to the words of the holy Rabbi Yosef Chaim Mimran.